Welcome to another Eat the Fruit production. This Neo-Babylonian myth is an ancient tale filled with drama and power struggles. It comes to us on a single, heavily fragmented tablet with 4 columns. Unfortunately, the first 2 columns are incomplete and we can't fully understand what's happening. However, they hint that the god Anshar was killed. The final 2 columns are even more fragmented, but we can make out some key moments. The story takes place after Tiamat's defeat, with Marduk rising as the Lord of the Earth, otherwise known as Enki. But this myth suggests a power struggle with Anshar, who might have refused to give up his kingship as agreed. The text seems to be about a plot to assassinate Anshar, orchestrated by Enki and his sister Nina-Makala. The fragmented lines suggest a tense meeting, some kind of struggle, and ultimately Anshar's death. Column 1 is heavily fragmented, but it implies the entrance of the Lord Enki going to visit his sister. The narration of the myth begins. Entered, crossed the square, reared me, to requite me goes to the help. Nina-Makala, they lifted my brother Enki, his shouty, the fleeing goddess, and you will address her as follows. Speak to Nina-Makala, the great queen. Your brother Enki has sent me, I have brought his before you the sign. You have not brought bread for his travel rations, you have not filled my drinking horn with beer, you have not set me on the way, you have not put a path before my feet. When hears this, she will give to you that brought bread for his travel rations and filled his drinking horn with beer. Here, Enki prepares for his mission with the help of his sister Nina-Makala. He requires provisions for this journey, which seems to involve a major plot. There's an air of tension here as Enki is subtly reminding her of her responsibilities. This sets up the stage for what appears to be a dramatic plan to confront or even kill the king of the gods, Anshar. The narration resumes. I have brought his before you the sign. You have not brought bread for my travel rations. You have not filled my drinking horn with beer. You have not set me on the way. You have not set a path before my feet. When Nina-Makala heard this, she kissed her brother Enki. Have thus come, you have, to my brother Enki. I have given you your instructions. Anshar and his son Anu. He entered, thereupon he proceeded. Anshar was present, his son Anu was not present. In the middle watch of the night, he entered, thereupon he proceeded. He accepted the favor, ate the bread, drank the beer. From the protection of the gods, his brothers, of Anshar in secrecy, you must not give. Upon his weapon, cross over and take up for you with the merciless weapon. From the protection of the gods, his brothers, he took up his weapon against in a pouring. He took up his weapon. He took up the merciless weapon. He cut his blood, Enki. Here we see that Enki has a fateful meeting with Anshar, where things quickly escalate. Bread and beer are shared, a traditional ritual in these divine encounters, but things don't stay peaceful for long. The fragmented lines suggest that Enki draws his weapon, and though much of the text is missing, it's implied that he strikes Anshar, spilling his blood. The assassination plot is likely unfolding here. After he took up his weapon, he cut his blood, the crown, the hand. In this part, we get confirmation of the act. Enki takes up his weapon, strikes Anshar, and his blood flows. The crown falling could symbolize Anshar losing his kingship, a literal and symbolic moment marking the end of his reign. Enki is now victorious, though the consequences of this act are left to the imagination due to the missing text. In the river, either king sleep of his land against him, going down. Enlil 7. Design. In this final, highly fragmented section, we catch glimpses of various elements that could point to the aftermath of Anshar's death. Gula, the goddess of healing, is mentioned, possibly indicating a ritual or mourning. There's also a reference to Ea, ruler of the House of Waters. The mention of sleep could symbolize rest or death of Anshar. Other cryptic references, like Enlil and the number 7, suggest further divine actions or reactions to what has transpired. Unfortunately, the lack of context leaves us with more questions than answers about how this myth wraps up. Despite its fragmented nature, the murder of Anshar offers a fascinating glimpse into the complex power struggles between Babylonian gods. It reveals a tale of betrayal, divine conflict, and the ruthless rise of Marduk, also known as Enki. Anshar's downfall, orchestrated by Enki with the help of his sister Neo-Babylonian, marks a pivotal moment in the shifting balance of divine power. While many details remain elusive, the themes of assassination, ambition, and divine authority shine through. That brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating journeys into the ancient world. Until next time, stay curious.